Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our ESE session for all those who are interested in becoming ESE teachers or professionals within Brevard Public Schools. We just greatly appreciate your time being with us. I know there's lots of other things you could be doing right now, but so that you took the time to hear a little bit about our district and the supports we have to offer. We think it's wonderful. So we hope this time with us will be very valuable for you. We've got lots of people here within our ESE or Student Services team here to be able to share some wonderful supports and resources that we have to offer for our teachers. You know, both our exceptional education teachers and our gen ed teachers. We support them all, right? Because we are all doing the work of educating our students. You know, we certainly understand that as an ESE teacher, you are in demand, right? You can choose to work and call it probably just about any district home as far as either starting your career or continuing your career here, utilizing your talents to support our students. So we are hopeful that after our time together that it'll just convince you to be a part of our team due to the incredible supports we have to offer you here within Brevard Public Schools. Before I turn it over to my friend, Dr. Kim Bias, I just want to make sure that everyone is aware that I am recording this presentation, just because I want to be able to use this information later for other teachers that maybe didn't have an opportunity to come be a part of it, so they can hear this presentation later on. So just wanted to let you know that I am recording it. And just like I'm sure you guys are all experts now at Zoom meetings. So if you have questions, feel free to use the chat box, and we'll make sure to monitor that as we go through our time together. And we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have that's particular to your needs and what you're looking for as far as district supports. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Bias.
All right, thank you, Mike. Are you going to drive us today?
I just unshared, so if you wouldn't mind maybe sharing your screen, that way I know we have the most up-to-date presentation.
All right, let me go ahead and find it. Hold on 1 second. All right, do you see it?
Not yet.
All right, into. See, we probably should have left it on yours. I don't do Zoom very much. We do Teams a lot. More slide. I see it on mine. All right, let me escape. End slideshow. And you shared it with me?
Yeah, I can always share it. And then you can just let me know if I left anything out. So I'll go ahead and share what I had, and we can go from there.
All right, sounds good. You had it all nice and pretty ready to go.
All right, hopefully you can see it now, and it's all yours.
All right, I can see it. Everybody else can see it? Perfect. All right, well, welcome. We're super excited that you're here this afternoon. We're hoping to just highlight how phenomenal our team here is and our district is in Brevard Public Schools, that you'll walk away today or sit for a few moments and ponder, you know, how do I become a part of the BPS team? You'll notice there's a ton of individuals on this call because we thought it would be important to put faces with names, and we do have a tremendous support system here in the district for program support. And so I thought if there are any specific questions that you had, we have the experts on the call in that particular area to answer them for you. So welcome. I thought we'd start with a great picture of the beach there. It's just beautiful. So we will go into the next slide. Mr. Mike. I think we all enjoyed that picture there. All right, so just a few highlights about Brevard Public Schools. We are considered a large district. We have within the state of Florida, we have extra large, large, small, but Brevard itself is a large district. It's based on the population, if you will. And so neighboring, we have Volusia and Seminole. They're also large, but then next door we have Orange, and those are all super large. So there's definitely something to be said about large districts because I think they're, you know, just at the right size, if we think about it. Pre-K to 12, our population is about 73,000 students here in Brevard. That runs pre-K through 12, but our student population for students with disabilities is about 18%. So overall, within the district, 18% of the 73,000 or 74,000 students are exceptional students, we call. And like I said, this is a stellar program support team. We are part of student services. There's a couple different legs within student services. There's a program support side, administrative support side, a student support side, and we're all here for the same reason, to support our students in their achievements and support each other in the endeavor. So thank you, Mike. All right, so as far as the environments our students can be served in, we certainly have a continuum ranging from regular class placement all the way to other separate environments. So for our last, on our LEA profile, 79% of our students with disabilities spend about 80% or more of their time with non-disabled peers in the school week. That is our regular class, but we also have resource room, could be a couple times during the day or even during the week. And then we also have separate class, 11%, which would be more of our self-contained classrooms where there's still opportunities for engagement and inclusion throughout the day. But that separate class is less than 40% of their time with non-disabled peers. 2% only of our students with disabilities spend time in other separate environments. And we do have 2 separate day schools in Brevard. But you can see just a wide range with the majority of our students in regular class placement. So our students are exceptional. Students themselves can have primary and secondary categories of disabilities, ranging here from ASD, we have deaf, hard of hearing, emotional and behavioral disorders, our intellectual disabilities, other health impaired. We have pre-K VE, SLD, speech and language, and visually impaired. Those could be primary or secondary, but we also have other related services, Mike, on that next slide, with our occupational therapy and physical therapy. So our students can have services in any one of these. These are educationally relevant therapies, so it's a related service based on then the primary exceptionality. So what I did is kind of broke it up into elementary. Brevard is unique. I think we're one of only 3 left in the state that has our elementary, where 6th grade is included in elementary, and then our secondary starts 7 through 12. So I think that's just a little unique thing about Brevard and special, because then we have continuation again of supports all the way through 6 and elementary. We have, starting at our very young age, pre-K VE classrooms. Again, when we were talking about a continuum or self-contained classrooms, but we also have blended VPK. And that is our students, there's about 18 in the classroom, and it is a mixture. We have 10 gen ed students and up to 8 of our students with disabilities in the classroom with a teacher and instructional assistance support. So it's a nice a blend of students and opportunities. We have varying exceptionalities classrooms in elementary, and most of them do have a primary and a intermediate within each school site, pre-K through 6. Special to only, I want to say 12 sites, and Roseanne can tell me if I'm wrong, it could be 11, but we have BESC, that's our social communication classes that runs kindergarten through 2nd and kindergarten through 3rd. And those are our students that may need some additional supports with communication in the classrooms, but they're not in every school site. Then we have VEB, again, not in every school site. We have elementary and secondary. And then VES and VEP, also in select sites in elementary. And that's for our students with intellectual disabilities. So we have a nice range of opportunities throughout the district with supports for students and a variety of programs in elementary. As far as secondary, it continues with the VEB, the VES, and the VEP. But as far as then our VE classrooms and self-contained, if you will, that we have learning strategies, which might be a class that the students take to support organization, different strategies that they would need for accessing curriculum in the Gen Ed classroom. And then we also have what we call BLAST. That is actually after 12th, as far as like a student may graduate and meet all the requirements and then defer that graduation until age 21. So I think pretty special is our BLAST program, where it offers a continuum after 18 for another 4 years to work on independent skills, job skills. We have a couple of partners where the hospital is one of our partners, and we have job coaches. So opportunities, again, starting in the littlest age of pre-K all the way up through age 21 before their 22nd birthday. So nice range there. As far as another special thing in Brevard, we have some discretionary projects. The state of Florida funds many discretionary projects, but we have one right here called Fiddler's East. I know Patty's on the call right now, and we share Fiddler's East with Volusia, but it's right here at a district, a discretionary project that supports us with child find, parent services, webinars, professional development, assistive technology team, technology. I mean, just a wide array. And it's so great to have them here. They actually are housed in the ESF building that we're in right now. So really a great support. In addition to that, we have a Finn, he has a name, it's Bill Perlman, but he has a particular name, and he is part of our Florida Inclusion Network and supports inclusion across the district, whether that's to do with scheduling or collaborative teaching, works very closely also with the Fiddlers. Finn Facilitator. Thank you, Patty. All right, this one, we have a lot of folks on the call. We're very excited that you joined us, but again, we have names with faces and wanted to make it very easy that if there's one particular area that you're interested in and wanted to learn more about, we put some emails here for you and don't want you to hesitate to reach out to us and ask any questions that you may have in any of the programs that we have here in Brevard. And then Mr. Mike, also working on the human resources side of the house, made a list, again, for ease, just say if you had any certification questions, who would you call? Beacon accounts, if you're interested in coming to Brevard, the very first stop is typically signing up in Beacon and completing an application, gets things rolling. We also have a district recruiter. They are new to the district, and then fingerprinting, again, making it very easy. Everything at your fingertips, no pun intended, since we just did fingerprints there.
And Dr. Bias, just to piggyback off of this page, just certification. Obviously, if you're coming from out of the state, we want to make sure that you receive some support to apply for our state teaching license. And sometimes it might be a little tricky. So if you have any questions and you're not being able to navigate the state certification site very well, then both Dinah and Sharon that you see right there on your screen are wonderful help, wonderful support that we have in our district, and you have their phone numbers there. And our number is 321-633-1000, and then you see their direct extensions there on the screen. So again, it's 321-633-1000, and then you can either dial the extension or send them an email, and they'll get back to you as far as certification. And then Beacon, if you're wondering what in the world is Beacon, that is our online application system. That's what we call it. So if anybody that wants to apply for positions will eventually have to complete the online application. So that way you have the opportunity to apply for positions when they come open. And then you've got some other contacts there. So again, those people on the left-hand side there will be great support for you in order to receive support within your districts. So let's see. There we go. So there was a question in there as far as certification, and then our Mallory was kind enough to answer. So the question was, do you need specific endorsement on the certification for each disability, or ESE K through 12 certification suffice? So great question. And the answer is yes, it would suffice. We have ESE K through 12 satisfies all ESE requirements. And then sometimes there's additional endorsement requirements, especially those students who are ASD with autism spectrum. So thank you, Mallory, for providing that response. And, as far as upcoming career fairs, we do have a annual Brevard Public Schools teacher career fair. This year will be on April 26th. That's kind of our main fair where all our schools are represented. And how you register for that is we try to make it as easy as possible. So within our website, brevardschools.org, if you just go to the careers page, we have a dedicated careers page, and then you'll see that box. It looks just like that, and it just says if you're interested in teaching for next school year, just click on that box, and then it'll just ask you to fill out a few simple questions as far as your name, email address, and all that. And then we'll work through our certification department to see that you're, are able to teach in Florida. And once we're able to confirm that, then we'll send you a link to register for our online fair. So that will give you an opportunity on the 26th to interview with principals, right? Principals that have openings for the next school year. They would love to talk to you on that day. One thing that's not on this sheet is there is going to be another fair with some of our priority schools on April 2nd. That's a Friday, April 2nd. It'll be like 2 hours long. That same link below that you'll see there in the blue will get you the information to both fairs. So take the time to at least complete that information so we know to reach out to you. We know how to get you information. That way you know when our fairs are coming up and so forth. And then while you're waiting for that, then hopefully you can start taking the steps to complete your online Beacon application for the next school year. And Jamie asked a question if we're going to be at the Great Florida Teach-In on March 27th. Yes, we are planning to attend. That is our a recruitment fair that's put on by the state of Florida. So if you're watching this, right, and you haven't heard of it, that is a nice one to attend. It's called, again, the Great Florida Teach-In. It's put on by the Florida Department of Education every year. It'll be in Orlando. That one's actually a face-to-face fair. So if you prefer doing a face-to-face interview, we will have principals there as well, being ready to interview candidates. And what we do for both the Great Florida Teach-In, it's face-to-face on the 27th, or the April 2nd or April 26th fair, is principals will interview people, and then we are able to offer pre-contract binders, right? So our pre-contract binders basically says that, we like your experiences. We think your talents will be very valuable to our schools and our district. So we'd offer you a pre-contract binder that promises you a position within the district for the next school year. So there's still many opportunities to seek employment here within those upcoming fairs. So I think that is all I needed to say as far as the teacher fair. And again, if you have questions, you have our contact information for you to be able to reach out.
I'm going to add one more thing too, that it was on my other slide. We didn't connect on the updated one, but ESE Pathways, that is new in Brevard. And when we think about, either changing careers or changing states or becoming a first-year ESE teacher, one of the things that is coming up and going to be very unique is our ESE Pathways. So thinking about how to prepare for that very first day prior to pre-planning. And we have a 4-day, I wouldn't say seminar, but it's professional development opportunities to understand, Brevard. It's got, program specific curriculum, interventions, quality IEPs, understanding then the matrix, the peer system. It really is setting all of our ESE teachers up for success even prior to walking on day one. So I think that's another one that's very special to Brevard, for all of our new folks that are coming to make a difference here with us. And like I said, the stellar team. You can see a lot of faces here, and I didn't make it mandatory at all, but you can see we're all here for just wanting to continue to help our students and make Brevard the best it can be. And so if that's something that you're interested in joining us and doing as we continue the story that we're creating for our students, certainly don't hesitate to check out our website, contact any one of us, and you can get more information that way. We were hoping that we make it very easy for you to kind of just pique your interest. We think my name is Dr. Bias, and I'm probably biased when it comes to Brevard and wanting you to join this great team. So any questions, other questions?
One thing I would just, I'm going to go back to the map just to make sure everyone kind of has an idea of where we're located. So Dr. Bias is kind enough to put a map in there. So we're, as you can see, we're on the east coast of Florida and central Florida. So we're just north of Indian River, just south of Volusia, and we're just about an hour east of Orlando. So we're nice centrally located. We're not in the heavy traffic that you would see in South Florida or even in Orlando. But if you want those activities, we're pretty close drive to those. If you want to go to maybe some of the amusement parks, theme parks in Orlando, you're able to take a quick drive over there. And if you wanted to head south to see Miami Beach or somewhere fun like that, it's not too far either. But Brevard, it's a growing area, but it's not that big where you're just you're taking 45 minutes or an hour to drive to work. So that's another big plus with the district. And as you can see, we've got lots of coastline, lots of outdoor activities. We really are an outdoor paradise for those that enjoy doing all kinds of different things. So we just wanted to make sure you knew exactly where we were located. Some of our main cities that you might have heard of is, Cape Canaveral, right? We've got a lot of rockets going off here lately. You've probably seen them on TV, very exciting. And then we've got Cocoa Beach, and then we've got Melbourne and Palm Bay to the south of us. So lots of places for you to grow and learn. Again, we've got 88 schools. So within those 88 schools, I'm sure there's one that will be a great fit for you and your talents. For you to come. So
thank you for highlighting the map, Mike. I went right over that one, but I will say I lived in Orlando 40 years, and it's about 10 degrees less, and the breeze is fantastic, and only about 45 minutes away. So I've done my share fare, but definitely Brevard has just breeze. It's nice.
Thank you. And then we've got one question from Christine as far as observations. It was kind of the same as here as we did. Because of COVID, we basically, the state says that we did not have to continue evaluations last year just because it had just been too difficult. So we completely understand that. We'll be able to work with you as far as being able to still work towards the onboarding process. And April and Lindsay, who I showed you earlier on that slide, we'll be able to kind of guide you through that. So certainly if you don't have written evaluations, all the principals always call anyway. They're going to reach out to you, your administration team, and just at least speak to someone in person. So they don't necessarily always look at the evaluations. And I know when I call for references, I'd much rather talk to the principal than I would just reading over someone's evaluation. But great question as well, because I know everyone is dealing with that. So that is definitely not a barrier, right? We'll still be able to move forward. So any other last minute questions that you guys might have while we're on the line? I'll give you another second to put something in the chat box. If not, I'm going to let everybody go because I'm going to don't want this to be too long. I think we gave you some hopefully great information, and we'll hopefully be able to connect with each of you in our upcoming fairs here shortly. All right, well, I don't see anything else in the chat box, so thank you so much, and especially a big thank you for our entire Student Services or ESE support team for being on here and ready to be able to share with those who might have had questions. As you can see, you are not alone right here in Brevard. We're here to support you, we're here to help you in every step of the way, because what we do to support our students every day is meaningful, right? It's important to us. And we're looking for talented teachers to help us do the work. So hopefully you'll consider Brevard Public Schools as your place to start or continue your career here in the future. With that, I will say goodbye. And again, thank you so much for being a part of this webinar. Take care.
Thank you.